resolve itself. But for now, as long as it's just the two of us sitting here side by side, those matters all seem like problems for another day. Fade to black. Once Fuyu has returned to the cabin, it takes no time at all for the two wolf girls to make up. With Marauder taking the lead, both girls are soon in tears, apologizing to one another and wishing to make amends. I watch on in relief, glad to see that the dear friends are on good terms once more. Maybe the fight wasn't as bad as it sounded. Either that, or this isn't the first time they've had that particular fight. Whatever the case, I'm glad those two are getting along again. Topsy. I look down as Marauder leaves Fuyu's side and suddenly addresses me. Yes, Marauder? Just want to thank you one more time. Thank me for what? I didn't do anything, you two made it all on your own. Marauder shakes her head. Not that, or perhaps I should say, not just that. Topsy, you've done so much for us, all without asking for a thing in return. That's got me thinking, maybe there's something we can do for you after all. Okay then. I thought cooking and cleaning already counted as a pretty nice thank you, but what'd you have in mind? Marauder and Fuyu look at one another and they nod in agreement. You'll see soon enough. Grab a sick coat, we'd hate to have you freeze to death out on the way over. Dressed in a thick coat, I follow the girls outside and head down the path they previously attempted to take home. From the moment we leave the cabin, Marauder is smiling from ear to ear. Even Fuyu can't completely contain her excitement. Wherever we're going, it must be somewhere pretty special. How much further? It isn't far now, Topsy. Just hang in there a little while longer. Yeah, don't collapse on us now. What kind of man are you? One who's already spent enough time outside today. If you have the energy to retort, you should be fine. Don't worry, it's only a little short walk from here. Any second now we'll be able to... there it is. Marauder jumps up and down the spot while pointing towards the mountain. I strain my eyes to see what she's excited about, but all I can see is a hole inside the mountain. What is it, a cave? Not just any cave. Yes, it's what we could be found inside the cave that matters. Inside the cave, huh? You better not be leading me into a bear's den or something. Of course not, don't be silly, Topsy. Yeah, the bears are all hibernate this time of year anyway. So even if we wanted to get rid of you, luring into a bear's den would be a poor way of doing it. It worries me that you seem to have given it some thought. Despite my apprehension, I follow the wolf girls to the mouth of the cave. After spending a short time walking through the cave, the temperature begins to rise to the point where I feel comfortable taking my coat off. Finally, as we near the cave's innermost point, I understand what it is the girls wanted to show me. Okay. It feels so good. In the depths of the cave, we find, of all things, a natural hot spring. Doubting my own eyes, I stand in front of the hot spring, mouth agape, while the girls cut aside their clothes and jump in without hesitation. A hot spring? Here? How does that work? Is this a dormant volcano or something? Who cares? The water feels great. You can say that again. Come and join us, Topsy. No, I think I'll stay out here. Why? Well, I mean, the water probably fills with bacteria, not to mention all sorts of sharp rocks at the base of it. I think I'll be safe out here. Oh, come on, don't be like that. We brought you out here to thank you, Topsy. We can't do that if you don't get in. Oh, believe me, this is already things enough. I avert my gaze as I try to distract myself from the blind figures of the two naked wolf girls in front of me. Seeing my reaction, Marauder pouts and swims closer. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Isn't it obvious? If you won't get on your own, then I'll have to pull you in. If you pull me in right now, my clothes are going to get soaked and I'll freeze to death on the way home. And take them off and jump in yourself. Fuyu snickers and Marauder shows a surprisingly forceful side of her personality. It seems she doesn't like the idea of her kindness being refused. Oh, fine, I'll get in, I'll join you. But are you sure you're okay with this? I'm a guy, you know. So? We're just bathing, stop being such a prude. So I'm the weird one here for having shame, am I? Whatever, don't say I didn't warn you. Worn down by the girl's persistence, I take off my clothes. That's it, bathe with us. What the... Is that a man's? Marauder happily pulls me in by the arm. Fuyu, on the other hand, immediately turns red in the face and begins to cover her eyes with her hands. If you're that embarrassed, look away. I'm not embarrassed. I'm just, you know, I've always been with my mother while my father kept watch, so I've never, Fuyu's voice becomes more faint as she averts her gaze. I forgot that Topsy was a man. Am I really that unmanly? Enduring all kinds of shame and embarrassment, I've submerged my lower half in the water. Oh, you guys were kidding. Right? I found this place the last time I ran away from the pack. Huh, nice to hear that something good came from your mischief. Something good always comes from my mischief. Marari smiles coyly as she begins with one hand to cover her face. Ever since she jumped into the hot spring, Marari's been acting less reserved than usual. I guess a little bit of mischief is okay now and then, considering how well behaved you usually are. Though, speaking of mischief, I turn around to look at Fuyu. Rather than join Marari and I, Fuyu is sitting by herself. She continues to squirm around, rubbing her sides together with a red face. It couldn't be. While the hot springs has loosened Marari up, it seems to be that Fuyu has become stiff from the moment I joined them. Ever since I stripped in front of her, Fuyu's been keeping to herself. What do we have here? What are you doing hiding away over here? Princess, what are you? Seeing Fuyu sitting all by herself, Marari decides that it's time to intervene. You have to clean yourself properly, Fuyu. I know you usually just lick yourself clean, but it wouldn't be a shame to let this opportunity go to waste. No, Princess, don't. Your breasts have grown again, haven't they, Fuyu? And your skin is so smooth, I'm surprised it's still so gorgeous considering how rarely you bathe. But Princess, don't stop this. What's got into you? Is the water messing with your brain? Oh, don't be like that. I'm not the only one acting different, right? No, I can wash myself, please, Princess. Just, Marari and Fuyu continue to play in the water while I desperately try to hide my reaction. I don't think I'm going to be able to relax much during this bath either. Following an uneventful walk back to the cabin, the rest of our day proceeds without incident. Marari, back to her old self, cooks dinner for the three of us, all the while acting like the events of the hot spring never happened. Fuyu, on the other hand, has been uncharacteristically quiet and submissive. She's kept to herself and hasn't talked except when spoken to. Forget it, they'll be back to normal tomorrow. They've already gone to bed anyway, rather than worry about the chaos they were creating earlier. I should simply enjoy the peace. I lay down on my bed and close my eyes. Being with the wolf girls all day has tired me out. Right now, all I want to do is... freak. Oh, for crying out loud. I regretfully open my eyes and peer towards the door to my bedroom. Watching the door carefully, I notice subtle movement as the intruder attempts to open the door more quietly than they started to. A few moments later, a familiar pair of ears enter my left side, followed by two timid, curious eyes. Marari? What are you doing sneaking around like that? You caught me. I wasn't sure if it would be better to wait until you were sleeping or not. Yeah, what would be better? Hey, wait! Without responding verbally, Marari walks over to my bed and crawls on top. She then inches forward on all fours until she's right next to me, sitting with her legs at her sides. What are you doing, Marari? If you want someone to sleep next to you, go to keep Fuyu company. Usually I would, but what? Fuyu's been a bit, restless ever since we went to the hot spring. Maybe Fuyu's in heat after all. Having her do it while we were bathing is one thing, but I can see how sleeping next to her might be problematic. So your plan is to sleep next to me instead? If you can't sleep without being right next to someone, you might want to give up on running away from home all by yourself. Marari giggles at my remark. You've got me there. But you know, I didn't just come here to sleep. Before I can ask Marari to elaborate, Marari starts to warm her way under my blanket. Oh, oi, Marari, what do you think you're doing? Sleeping, just sleeping. Fine, whatever. Just hurry up and go to sleep. Yes. I close my eyes and roll onto my side, facing away from Marari. Unfortunately, without even looking at her, I'm unable to slow down. The sound of her breath continues to stimulate me, and I can feel her body warmth on my back, even without her touching me. There's no way I'm going to be able to sleep like this. Calm down, Topsy. She's here to sleep, nothing more. Bear with it, and... The fuck is this camera angle? A yelp of surprise escapes from my lips as a pair of long, slender arms and wrapping themselves around my neck. The next moment, two soft, bulging mouths are pressing against my back, and I can feel Mirari's legs entwining with mine. Is Mirari trying to warm up? Her and Fuyu sleep pretty close together, maybe Mirari's... As I try to rationalize Mirari's actions, one of her hands travels down to my waist. I hurriedly grab her wrist in order to prevent her fingers from going any further. Mirari, what are you doing? That place is... Oh, she kissed me? The second I turn my face to her, Mirari presses her lips against mine. Mirari? Like so, she brings her face closer to mine, as if she's about to kiss me once more. You know, Topsy, I've been told all about the duties expected of a wife, not just cooking and cleaning. Mirari's hand slips under my waistline. I have no actual experience in this, but if you let me... Mirari kisses me once more. The moment I'm about to come to my senses, I feel my own hand move as well. I gulp as a soft moan escapes from Mirari's lips. Far too late to do me any good, I finally realize what's going on. So, Fuyu isn't the only one who's in heat. No wonder Mirari was acting so feisty at the hot spring earlier, but even knowing that, what the hell am I supposed to do? Thinking over my internal dilemma, my hormones eventually win out. I start to help Mirari fulfill her primal urges. I have a choice whether to use my hands or mouth to help her, and choose accordingly. But in the middle of our moment of passion, Mirari begs me for something I cannot give her. And with that... I'm sorry, Mirari, I just can't do this to you, not like this. I know that you don't really want this, you're just being driven by instincts and acting on impulse. I know I'm just taking advantage of that. Regretfully, Mirari begins to dress herself. She looks just dejected at her as she stares down at herself, but does not protest at all. As forceful as she was acting moments ago, Mirari isn't going to try to make me do something I disagree with. Besides, seeing that Mirari is now fully dressed, I turn to face her. This isn't the kind of thing you should do on a spur of the moment with someone you barely know. You should say this kind of thing for someone you love. Mirari freezes, and for a few seconds of silence, she tilts her head and looks at me in the eyes. Then, as long as I love the other person, it's okay? If the other person feels the same way about you, then yeah. Not that any guy would say no to Mirari. I see. So you don't share my feelings after all. Huh? Mirari shuffles off the bed and stands up. She then walks up to the doorway and stops just before passing through. I'll just have to keep working hard until you do. Saying so with the volume no greater than a whisper, Mirari leaves my bedroom, closing the door behind her. Even after Mirari is gone, I stare at the door silently for a while, trying to piece together everything that has happened. Whatever it was that just transpired, I don't think I'll ever be able to look at Mirari the same way again. Since the night I spent with Mirari, she has undergone an unexpected but not unwelcome change. Her attentiveness has increased several-fold, and so has her attention to detail. She's been working dutifully to earn her keep, but at the same time, she appears to be by my side every spare moment she gets. As a result, my cabin seems to be permanently filled with the smell of food, and the entire place is cleaner than it ever was before. On the other hand, however... Topsy, I'm all done cleaning the kitchen. You know what that means. I know. Come here. Yeah. That's a brief cry of pleasure that pat her head. That feels so good, Topsy. Your hands are to die for. I don't think I'll ever be able to leave you now. Real subtle, Mirari. Lately, Mirari's been really driving home the fact that she doesn't want to leave my cabin. Strangely, Fuyu hasn't been getting on her case as much about it either. She seems to be torn about whether to reprimand Mirari or to go along with her selfishness. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing about all this. Topsy, when you finish reading, would you like to, where we left off the other night? Huh? Mirari, what are you suggesting exactly? Oh, jeez, don't make me say it. You know what I'm talking about, Topsy. The entire neighborhood knows what you're talking about. Can't you two lovebirds keep it to yourselves? Lovebirds? Hee hee. Mirari smiles, her cheeks red, as she accepts Fuyu's designation without protest. I suppose it would be inappropriate to go any further while Fuyu's here. Very well, we'll continue the discussion later. For the time being, I'll return to cleaning. Don't neglect to reward me once I'm finished, Topsy. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, Mirari. Gross. It was bad enough when the prince was acting on her own. Now that you've started playing along, she's getting even worse. Playing along? What are you talking about? Don't play dumb. I know exactly what's going on here. The princess wants to stay here with you, and you're letting her think that she can. You're both using each other, yet you're too dumb to realize it. Come on, Fuya, don't be like that. Mirari and I are just making the best of a bad situation. We both know that she'll be returning to her pack soon enough. What the fuck? Why are we saying? We said that she doesn't have to. Human, do you actually believe what you just said? Fuya narrows her eyes and glares at me coldly. The princess is serious about staying here with you. Her advances on you are not a joke, and I think you know this. You're going to have to give her your answer sooner or later, Topsy. If you don't, that girl will surely force your hand. With Fuya's warning still fresh in my mind, I spent the rest of the day replaying the past few days over and over in my mind. From Mirari's increased skinship to her over-the-top attentiveness, and especially her not-so-subtle mentions of staying in my cabin indefinitely. All of this, in addition to Mirari's visit to my room, paints a clear picture. Fuya was right, Mirari does want to stay here with me. Not just as a resident of this cabin either, she seems to want more than that. But do I have what it takes to give Mirari what she wants? I turn to my side and close my eyes, and Mirari's face comes into mind. I like Mirari, I really do. I enjoy having her here, and deep inside, there's definitely a part of me which wants her to keep staying here with me, but I also know that if I do give in to her, things will not end well. Staying here with me would mean making Mirari abandon her friends and family. She'd be isolated, left alone, only with me for company. If I truly cared about her, then could I bring myself to wish such a fate upon her? Topsy, are you still awake? I was hoping to speak to you before you fall asleep. Brought back to reality by Mirari's soothing voice, I sit up to face her. I'm still awake. What's wrong, Mirari? Is something troubling you? Yes, you could say that. Can we possibly talk outside? I nod, in the spoken understanding that Fuya might be listening in such a small house. Outside, the air is cool, but not overly unpleasant. Mirari leads us to a small clearing near the house. Satisfied that we're far away enough out of earshot of Fuya, Mirari turns on me. Topsy, I don't know if you realize this, but these past few days I've been dropping a number of hints about staying here. Hints, she says. Hardly, there's nothing indirect or vague about her statements at all. Suppressing the urge to retort, I let Mirari speak. Topsy, I don't want to inconvenience you or to pressure you into making a decision. However, I don't have the leisure of waiting indefinitely while you decide my fate either. So, I want to ask you directly right here and now. Topsy, will you let me stay here with you, here in the cabin? I bite my lip and Mirari's watery eyes bore into my skull as I struggle to answer her. Truthfully, her question is one I don't yet have an answer to. It's a serious question with equally serious consequences. It's something I need time to think about, lest I do something reckless or irresponsible. Be that as it may, time is not on my side, just as Mirari stated she can't wait forever, nor can I expect her to. Mirari requires an answer sooner rather than later. Her pack needs to know if she will lead it, and Mirari must begin to plan the next stage of her life accordingly. Unfortunately for Mirari, however, if I'm being forced to reach a decision right this second, then it won't be the same one she wants to hear. I'm sorry, Mirari, but my answer is no. I can't let you stay here. I see. I apologize for asking such a selfish question. It was wrong of me to attempt to force myself on you like this. With her lips quivering and her hands clenching tightly, Mirari looks down at her feet as she fights back tears. Try as she might to put on a brave face, her disappointment is clear. I'm sorry, Topsy. I'm so sorry. I've been nothing but a burden to you this entire time, and now that it's time to go, I'm trying to take advantage of your kindness once more. I'm truly a detestable person. You're wrong. That isn't it at all. I grab Mirari's shoulders firmly and force her to look into my eyes. Mirari, you haven't been a burden. In fact, it's been a pleasure to have you here. Any human would be lucky to take you in.